Reuben, just a couple of guys not there for tomorrow night's game. Luke Whiteluck, is that still around the concussion protocols? Where's he at?
Yeah, he's pretty close actually. He's trained almost fully this week, but we just made the decision to do the right thing there and give him the extra week just to look after him and make sure there was no issues going forward.
So you could have gone with him?
Oh, he was pretty close, yeah. But and just talking with the doc and Luke, and we just decided it was better to give him that extra week.
Braden Enor, the knee issue with him, where's he at?
Again, he's been running around. He's pretty close. I saw him in the gym, and he's moving pretty well. But again, the more time he has, the better it is for him in the long run. So, yeah, we're just sort of assessing that week by week, and when we get the clearance from the doctor, he'll be good to go. But he's not too far away.
And we had the wee cameo from Patrick Osborne a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Are we going to see him again?
I think he's awaiting a scan as well. Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure how far away he is. We did see that scan first, but yeah, it's a bit of shame for him because the game he did play, he played really well. So yeah, it's just one of those things we have to wait and see with him. Aside
from the injuries, looking at the lineup that you've gone with this time, looks as though you're sort of leaning more on a fairly experienced lineup. With the benefit of hindsight, do you think maybe you've put a wee bit much on some of the less experienced players in some of the games to this point in the season?
Oh, yeah, it's always a difficult one because we trust our squad, and the guys we put out there each week, we know they're up to it, and you've got to do that. You can't just rely on the same guys week in, week out. So yeah, maybe we could have looked at different things, but we do trust those guys. So if we look at the Manukau game, for example, a lot of those things were just individual skill areas, basic catching, passing, and that just says that maybe mentally we weren't quite in the right space for that game as a group. So if we get those things right, then I think we're not too far away.
You've had a few coach killers in those scenarios over the course of the season. Must have been a little bit frustrating, but I guess that 9-day turnaround this time around, it's a good opportunity to just sort of sit back and reevaluate where everything's at.
Yeah, well, we certainly had a good look at it, and some pretty good, honest discussions around the way we played against Manukau. So, we've had a good week of preparing and getting that right, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But that's rugby, It's been a bit frustrating. It has been a bit inconsistent this year. But we've tried to put in place some things to remedy that going forward for the last 3 games.
It felt close, isn't it? Every week you've just felt close to that, getting it.
Yeah, it's almost clicked. It's been really close, and there's been some really good performances. Against Auckland, the team played really well. But then there's been those little dips, which have been frustrating. But so that's sport, and it's hard to get it right every week in, week out. But we're trying hard, and the boys are working hard. And as I say, we've had a good week this week preparing, and hopefully we can get it right for tomorrow night.
Did that come at a good time, the 9-day break, or on the back of a performance like that, would you rather sort of get out there sooner?
I mean, the good thing about it was we had time to, really do a bit of deeper analysis, I guess. And the short week leading into Manukau wasn't ideal. We basically only had 1 training run, and it was pretty low key. And in hindsight, perhaps that was just the boys buttoned off mentally, maybe. But certainly hasn't been the case this week. They've prepared really well, so hopefully that reflects in the performance.
You built some nice momentum at those 3 games. Does it feel like you lost it and you need desperately to get it back again?
Well, I hope not. I mean, we're in a situation now, thankfully, that some other results went our way. So we've still got everything to play for in front of us, and the boys are well aware of that. So we don't want to leave anything to chance. We want to control that as much as we possibly can, and I think the guys are ready for these last 3 games and looking forward to it.
Have the words Ranfurly Shield featured in conversation at any point?
Look, as coaches, we're keeping sort of one eye on it, I guess. And the boys will be watching the results this weekend just to see if there is an opportunity, and we'd love to get that chance. But for now, the focus is really on counties and putting a performance in there.